Hello everyone and welcome to Yandere Simulator. I'm Karen Maku, and today is a different kind of video. A few days ago I got a comment from someone named Remy who said they wanted a tutorial on how to chat with the NPCs in the game. And I was gonna record this a long time ago, but then I realized, wait, do I actually know everything about the NPCs in the game? So I took a few days to investigate, and I'm going to tell you everything I found. Some of this stuff is probably stuff you already know, and I've probably missed a lot of things, but let's get a conversation going in the comments. If you found anything that I missed or didn't know about, be sure to leave a comment, let everyone know, let me know, and everyone will learn a little bit more. Okay, let's get into it. The first thing we're going to start with is tasks. There's quite a few tasks in main game and only one in 1980s mode that's unique. And I'm going to go over all of them so that anyone who needs help figuring out what the tasks are in this game will have, the knowledge to find it and use it to their advantage. Okay, the first person who has a task is this guy. I'm going to put up his information on screen real quick. And let's cover what his task is.
Uh-oh. Do you think I'm doing something weird? I swear, it's not what it looks like. Don't jump to conclusions. I can explain. You see, there's this girl. Sometimes we're in the same place at the same time, and sometimes I look in her general direction, but I'm not stalking her or anything like that, honest. Who am I kidding? No matter how you look at it, I totally seem like a creep, don't I? Please, don't tell anyone about this. I'm not a bad guy, I'm just not good at talking to girls. Wait, really? You think she and I would make a cute couple? You want to help me talk to her? Wow, you're a godsend. Let me know when you're ready to put the plan into action.
The way to complete this task is that you need to actually get help from InfoChan. There's no other way of doing this without InfoChan's help. So I'm going to get some info points real quick and show you how to go about it. So you come into her drops menu and you look for the headset.
Pleasure doing business.
You pick this up and you give it to the guy, and this is the beginning of the matchmaking elimination for Osana. That's the only reason he has any sort of task to begin with, is to get rid of Osana.
Let me get this straight. You want me to put this thing into my ear so you can tell me what to say when I'm talking to her? That's just crazy enough to work. Okay, let's do it. Make friends with her and arrange a meeting. Oh, and if you find out what kind of guy she's into, please let me know.
You wouldn't really need to do this guy's task unless you want to befriend him in general, or if you just want to get rid of Osana in a non-lethal way. But that's how you do his task. Let's move on to the next guy. The next guy is this loner in the sewing room. Here's his information, and let's get into his task.
I'm sorry. Am I in your way? Do you want me to leave? Wait, you want to know if I need help with anything? No, I'm fine. I'm a little thirsty, but, that's not really a problem or anything. Huh? No, seriously, it's not a big deal.
Alright, it's super easy to do this guy's task. There are soda machines all over the school. I believe there are some in the upstairs cafeteria, but there's 3 right here, just in the outdoor cafeteria. They're real cheap. You pay $1 for them, and you could just buy 1 can and give it to him.
What? You actually got me a drink? But wow, you're a really nice person. Hey, I'm not good at anything except sewing, but If you ever need anything, like a spare uniform, maybe, I'd be happy to help.
Just like he said, the only reason anyone would really want to do this task is if they don't want to use InfoChan to get new uniforms. He will make a whole new uniform for you. Well, of course, there's always the thing of like being able to befriend him and getting him to follow you, but that's really the only reason you would do this one. Let's move on to the next girl. The next one is Osana Najimi. Of course, everyone knows who this one is. I'm going to flash her information up on screen real quick, and let's see what her task is.
Now that you mention it, yeah, there is something I need help with. I lost my phone charm. It's in the shape of a cat. I know that I lost it somewhere in the hedge maze, but I don't want to go back in there. It's scary. I'm worried I'll get lost and be stuck in there for hours. I feel bad for asking, but would you be willing to go into the hedge maze and get my phone charm for me? Really? You'll do it? You're a lot more brave than I am. Good luck!
When I was first playing this game, I used to get lost as to which side the hedge maze was on, but if you're facing the school like this, you just go right, and the hedge maze is on this side. Be sure to always remember that, because if you want to do Osana's task, you're gonna need to remember that. And once you're in here, this is how you solve the hedge maze. It's not that difficult. It's just just here. And the phone charm only spawns after you get the task. So if you try to come in here and grab it before you talk to Osana about her phone charm, it won't be here. So be sure to do that first.
Oh my gosh! You actually found it! Wow, that's amazing! Thank you so much!
Besides the whole, like, just getting a student to be your friend thing, there's the whole she's your rival, and if you befriend her, you can lure her into places where she would be alone, or get her to do stuff that you wouldn't be able to, like, do before. Like, give her a note, or, like, ask her to follow you, like I said. But, yeah, that's really pretty much it. She doesn't give you anything special, so let's just move on to the next person. Okay, the next person is Saki Miyu. She has been in the game for the longest time, and so is her quest. I'm gonna flash her information up on screen real quick, and let's get into her task.
Well, actually, there is something that I need help with. This is really embarrassing, but, well, I lost my bra somewhere at school. I can't find it anywhere. Don't ask me why my bra is missing. It's a long story, okay? The point is, if you find a bra lying around, it's mine, and I would really appreciate if you'd return it to me. Oh God, this is so embarrassing. You'll look for it? Thanks. I hope you find it.
It's really easy to find Saki's bra. All you have to do is come out here by the cherry tree, and it should be near one of the corners of the wall. Yeah, right there. It's right up against the hedge in the wall. So you'd pick this up and you'd take it back to her. So let's go see what she says.
Yes, you found it. Thanks a lot. I owe you one.
She doesn't give you anything special. It's just to befriend her, and that's it. So now the next person we can cover is Kokona, her friend, who also has a task.
My uniform doesn't fit. It's too tight around the chest. I want to get a new uniform, but I can't afford one right now. Oh, I guess there's no point in complaining. It's not like there's anything you can do. You'll get me a new uniform? Really? I would love that.
And now, where can you get uniforms in this school? Well, I showed you earlier that the guy in the sewing club can make you a uniform, or you can just buy one from InfoChan. But if you don't want to use InfoChan, I understand, because, like, sometimes people just don't want help from her and want to just use everything that's in the environment. But I'm going to use InfoChan, because It's convenient. And once you got your uniform, you come back here to one of the sewing machines, and you use it to modify the uniform so that it can fit Kokona. And then you take it right back up to her.
No way! This uniform is tailored to my exact measurements. Now I'll finally be comfortable. Thank you so much.
This task was added to the game because Kokona used to be the test rival. She was the rival that Yandere have tested all the eliminations on before Osana. But all that stuff has been taken out of the game now. So, but it's still, like, tasks that you can leave in the game. It's fine. Now let's move on to the next person. Next person is Riku Soma. It's this guy. I'm gonna put his information up on screen now. And let's talk to him.
I saw the most peculiar thing today. There was a kitten walking around the school. I'm not sure how it got in here. It was quite an adorable little creature. I wish I could get a second look at it. If you see that kitten anywhere, would you mind taking a picture of it for me? It's good to find someone else who shares my appreciation for felines. Best of luck to you.
Now where you go to locate this cat is by the side of the school. It's on the opposite side that we went earlier. Same side as the gardening club. If you were facing the front of the school, you'd go left. And here it is, right here, this tiny little thing. And then you take a picture, save it, and then you take it back to him.
Yes, that's it. That's the kitten I saw. It appears to be in good health. How delightful.
As of right now, the only thing he gives you is his friendship. But, that's fine. Sometimes that's all you need. But let's move on to the next person. The next person on our list is Gima Taku. Now, he looks like this. Here's his information up on screen. And let's talk to him.
Why are you interrupting me?
It's really embarrassing to talk about this sort of thing, but I'm never gonna solve this problem on my own. So, I'm just gonna come right out and say it. You know those 5 tan girls who are always on their phones? I wanna ask one of them out on a date. But they all seem to hate me. They avoid me and ignore me whenever I try to talk to them. If I did something wrong, I have no clue what it was. So I was wondering, could you maybe talk to those girls and ask them what they think of me? I just want to know if I can salvage things. Really? You'd help me with this? Thank you.
Okay, the first one is down here, walking around the plaza where Senpai hangs out. You just come up and press F to ask about the task instead of getting her task.
I want to ask you something.
Yeah, I've seen him before. The boy with, like, super messy hair, right? It's ridiculous. He looks like he's never used a comb in his life.
The next two are in your classroom. You can press T to find out where that is if you are new to the game.
I want to ask you something.
Oh, do you mean that guy who, like, doesn't know how to stand up straight? Seriously, he's always hunched over like a caveman. He's gonna end up with major back problems.
I want to ask you something.
Oh my God, I know who you're talking about. The boy with giant glasses that cover half his face. Why can't he just get contacts like the rest of us?
The next girl is walking around up on the 3rd floor. She's not super fast, so you can just run up and get her.
I want to ask you something.
Are you talking about the guy with all the stubble on his face? He really needs to shave it off. It's like he doesn't even know what razors are for.
And the last one is patrolling up on the roof.
I want to ask you something.
Who's that? Is that one of the boys who wears a bandana? I don't know which one you're talking about, but they look so goofy with those stupid things on their heads.
And once you ask the 5th one, you can just go right back to him and tell him everything they said.
Why are you interrupting me?
Glasses? Hair? Posture? Really? A bunch of superficial stuff like that? I didn't realize that sort of thing was such a big deal. Anyway, thanks for letting me know. Tomorrow, I'll be a new man!
Now, unlike some of the other tasks, this one is super helpful because the next day he will change his appearance, and the bullies will be so in love with him that they'll change their routine to come look at him. Which, if you don't know what the routine is, it's that they go to the pool and sunbathe, so that when Osana comes up here on Wednesday, there are witnesses, so you can't just come up and stab her. Of course, that's only useful if you plan on doing the elimination method where Osana drowns in the pool, or if you just want to like come up and stab her, that could also work. But, you know, very useful quest. Let's move on to the next one. The next person who has a task is Ryoto. He is this guy. I'll put his information up on screen real quick, and let's ask what his task is.
I took off my bandana to adjust it, and a gust of wind just whoosh, blew it right out of my hands. I can sense that my bandana is still somewhere on the school grounds. I can feel its energy. I feel naked without my bandana, but I can't find it anywhere. Would you please bring it to me if you find it? Please hurry. Without my bandana, I can feel my life force draining.
If you have a hard time finding it, it's around the right side of the school, in the same place as the hedge maze. You run along the wall of the school and you should be able to see it. If you haven't accepted his task, the bandana won't appear, so be sure to do that first before you come to get this thing.
My bandana! You found it! Oh, you have saved my life! I'll be in your debt forever, forever and ever. Unless you, like, kill someone right in front of me, or something like that.
You don't really get much from this besides aesthetic changes on this guy. He becomes your friend, that's it. Let's move on to the next one. The next person with a task is Pippi, this girl. Here's her information. Now let's ask her task.
I bought a used copy of the Yandere re-release, but the game always crashes right after the first boss. I'm not sure if there's a problem with the disc, or if there's a problem with my Psycho Station 4. Would you please take this disc home with you, play it, and tell me if the game crashes after the first boss? You'll do it? Thank you so much! I really appreciate it!
This one takes a little bit longer to do, but it's really, really easy. So let's take it home and play the game. Okay, now that we're in our house, we'll be able to complete Pippi's task. We go over to our TV and select Yandere.
Yandere, Senpai of the Night.
Okay, I'm going to go quiet here, but this is a super easy game. Just pay attention or don't. You can figure out how to do it on your own. But I'm gonna play it real quick.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this school!
It was not by my hand that I am once again given love. I was called here by Senpai, who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal boys' hearts and make them your slaves!
Perhaps the same could be said of all girls.
Your words are as empty as your heart! Senpai ill needs a girlfriend such as you!
What is a senpai? A miserable little pile of heartbreak. But enough talk. Have at you!
No! This cannot be! The Academy Institute is a boarding school that teaches magical arts to young men and women who have high potential for wizardry and witchcraft. Once every 100 years, under the glare of a full moon, the ghost of a long-dead succubus will appear within the Institute and beg one of the Institute's upperclassmen to resurrect her with a tribute of blood. If the succubus is resurrected, all of the school students will vanish, except for any students who were in love with the upperclassmen that resurrected the succubus. If the succubus is not slain before the sun rises, the school students will be forever lost, and the succubus's full power will be restored. The succubus can only be slain by a young woman who is in love with the upperclassmen that revived the succubus. The time has once again come for the forces of love and lust to engage in their ancient battle. The Institute beckons you, and no man can say who shall emerge victorious. The disc is scratched.
So now we take it to Pippi in the morning, and she should, give us the end of the quest.
So, it crashed for you too, huh? Well, now I know there's nothing wrong with my SS4. You can keep the disc. Thanks for your help.
Yeah, the only thing you get from her is a new game, a game that crashes after one level. But that's fine. Not really much. We can move on now. The next person who has a task is Budo Masuda.
Welcome to the Martial Arts Club. What brings you here?
Here's his information, but the problem is, you can't do his task unless you befriend everyone else in the martial arts club. This is what he says. I'm sorry, it's a little difficult for me to confide in a complete stranger. If you befriend all my club members, I'd be able to trust you. So that's what we have to do in order to do his quest or task or whatever. So let's get on that. The first guy, his name is Sho. This is his information. Let's see what his task is. Oh, by the way, all of these tasks don't have voice lines, so I'll read them. Recently, the only people I've been sparring with are the other members of the martial arts club. I value the lessons I've learned from them, but I worry about something. I'm starting to fear that if I don't branch out and find a new partner to spar with, I'll never learn anything new or grow as a martial artist. I want to spar with someone who can beat me in combat. If I suffer the agony of defeat, then surely I will learn where my weaknesses are and I'll be able to improve as a fighter. That's great news. Talk to Budo and let him know you want to have a match with me.
Welcome to the
All you have to do is
Club.
hit practice
What
once you
brings
talk to
you here?
Budo, and it should give you the option to fight this guy.
Excellent. Let's begin.
And then you just talk to him again in order to get the end of the quest. It was quite a humbling experience. I didn't expect you to claim victory so easily. Clearly, I have been overestimating my abilities. You've taught me a valuable lesson today. Thank you. And that's how you do his quest. Let's move on. The next guy, his name is Juku. He looks like this, and he also doesn't have voice lines in his quest, so I'll just read it. Everyone in the martial arts club is so much stronger than me. It's so frustrating to lose every single sparring match. I guess I have to face the facts. No matter how badly I want to be a martial artist, it's just, there's just a hard limit to what my wimpy little noodle arms can do. I need to work out and get stronger. I heard there's some dumbbells in the school, but I searched all over the place and I couldn't find them. Do you know where they are? Could you bring them to me? Thank you. Oh, there's one problem. People will freak out if they see you running through the school with dumbbells. So just put it in a bucket, drop it next to me, and I'll take it from there. Thank you. And he's right. People will freak out if you have dumbbells and aren't in the sports club. I think that's how that works. So once you find them, you have to put them in a bucket. And lucky for us, there's a bucket right next to them because they're in here. Pick one up, put it in here, and then you carry it back to him. Thanks, I'll just pick it up and... Oh geez, I'm even weaker than I thought. I can't even lift this thing. Guess I'll have to start with something lighter. I still appreciate it though. And that's how you do his task. Let's move on. The next one is named Mina. Here's her information. And now let's do the task. Have you visited the beautiful Zen gardens on the east and west side of the school? They're so calm and tranquil, but apparently not everyone respects them as much as I do. I'm not sure who did it, but someone tracked a bunch of mud inside of the building in the East Zen garden. I desperately want to clean it up, but I can never find a good opportunity to do so. I hope this isn't too much to ask, but would you mind mopping up the muddy shoe prints for me? It should be easy if you add bleach to a bucket of water and dip a mop into it. Oh wonderful, I'm so glad that there are other people out there who care about keeping the gardens clean. If you have played this game at all, you know that, like, there's a bunch of cleaning stuff in a lot of the bathrooms, and there's one in the home ec room. I'm going to grab one from the bathroom and take you to the shoe prints. Alright, so now we're here, the East Garden. If you have trouble finding this place, it's on the right side of the school. And all you have to do is clean it up, and once there's no more footprints, you can go back to her and tell her that everything's all clean. You cleaned up the mud? I'm so happy to hear that. I wish more people in the world were as considerate as you are. Thank you. Alright, and we're one step closer to getting Budo's task, so let's move on to the next person. The next person's name is Shima. Here's her information, and I'm gonna get her quest now. Oh gosh, I'm gonna be in such huge trouble when he finds out. Buddha warned me a million times not to perform wrestling moves on the wooden dummy in the club room, but I didn't listen. When nobody was around, I suplexed the dummy and it broke. It doesn't look broken, but all of the limbs are loose now. I think it might be possible to fix the limbs with a wrench, but I don't want to mess up and break it even more than I already have. You'll fix it? Really? Thank you. I think there was a wrench in the pump room underneath the school pool. Just don't let anyone see you running with the wrench. It'll probably look weird. So, of course, you could just run and get the wrench and then, like, sneakily go up to the martial arts club to fix the dummy, but I'm going to grab the delinquent bag in front of the school so that I don't look suspicious running with it. And the wrench has been moved from the storage room into the pool storage closet, or whatever this room is called. So you just pick it up and take it with you. And once you're in here, all you have to do is take it out and you can easily fix the dummy. Now let's go and tell her everything's all better. You fixed it? Thank you so much. I'll never suplex another dummy for as long as I live. And now that we've finished the final task for all of the martial arts club people, we can talk to Budo about his task.
My students tell me that they appreciate my lessons, but I feel like I still have a long way to go before I can consider myself a good teacher. I'm nowhere near as skilled as my former mentor. She quit martial arts, but she still attends the school. I want to ask her to come back to the club for just one last lesson, so I can study her teaching techniques. But there's just one problem. I sometimes wonder if I may have contributed to the reason why she quit martial arts. I'm not sure whether or not it would be awkward for me to approach her and ask her to visit the club again. Really? You'd be willing to speak to her on my behalf? I'd appreciate that a lot.
Now, Raibaru is pretty easy to find. If you know where Osana is, Raibaru is always there. So you can just go up and tell her. And this quest gives us a super huge advantage, because once you tell Raibaru that Budo wants to talk to her, she will leave and leave Osana all by herself, leaving her open to an attack if you want to get rid of her lethally. So, yeah, let's get her there.
Oh, I would be more than happy to visit the martial arts club. It'll be so nice to see Budo again. I'll head there right away. I'm sure Osana will be fine by herself for a little while, right?
And now Osana is all by herself, so you're able to do whatever you feel like doing. Be sure to keep that in mind when you're playing this game. Okay, let's move on. The next person on our list is Gita Yamamoto. This is what she looks like, and here's her information. So let's get her task.
Our club leader was a totally different person last year. She had different hair, a different fashion sense. In fact, she had a completely different personality altogether. Of course, we all accept her for who she is, and we respect whoever she wants to be, but I'm not sure if we're seeing her true self right now, or if she's just putting on a really elaborate act. Every day, she finds a quiet place to write song lyrics without distractions. When she's alone and thinks that nobody's watching her, she might drop the act and revert back to her true self. Can you find her when she's writing song lyrics and take a picture that shows her true nature? Thank you. This might be the only way that I'll ever learn the truth.
All you have to do is wait for her to show up in her club, and she'll be doing exactly what you need to take a picture of. There we go. Her true nature. And then you save it, and then give it to the girl who should be eating out here.
Playing air guitar and singing, huh? Well, if she even acts this way when nobody's watching her, then it looks like this really is her true self. Thanks for helping me get to the bottom of this.
You don't gain much from this task, you just gain her friendship, but that's okay. Let's move on. Okay, the next group of people who have tasks for us is the delinquents. let's start with the leader, if I can get in there to ask him.
Why are you trying to get all buddy-buddy with me? You think we're gonna be friends or something? It ain't gonna happen. I don't want anything to do with you. Buzz off. Ugh. You're still here? Fine. How about this? Give me $100. That'll make us the best of friends. Yeah, right. I'll believe it when I see it. Get out of here.
So he wants $100, and that's pretty easy to get. You can ask InfoChan, or you can go to the maid cafe that is in town.
Go away.
But like, if you want to get it done quickly, you're gonna have to use InfoChan. But if you are willing to like spare a day or two and don't want to use InfoChan, then you might want to do the cafe. That might be your best bet.
Seriously? I can't. Fine. I'll take it. Just so you know, this doesn't change anything. I'm just accepting a gift. That's all.
Alright, cool. Let's move on to the next guy. Okay, the next guy is on this side. Here's his information. Let's get started with this task.
Why are you trying to get on my good side? Oh, I get it. You think if you're friends with a big, bad delinquent, everyone is gonna respect you. Huh. It ain't gonna work. Look, you don't want to hang with us. Blood gets spilled, bones get cracked, skulls get split open. Huh. You're not giving up, are you? Okay, here's a job for you. Find me a knife. Something nice, long, and sharp. You think you can handle that? Bet you'd faint at the sight of a blade. Still trying to act tough, huh? I don't buy it for a second.
Yep, so all he wants is a knife. Anything that in the school that counts as a knife should be okay to give him. So I'm going to give him the occult ritual knife. But you can really just give him like the one from the cooking club or something like that.
Whoa, where did... It's good enough. Not exactly what I wanted, but it'll do. You might be a little tougher than you look, but you haven't changed my mind yet.
There we go. Alright, on to the next guy. Alright, this is the next delinquent who has a task. Here's his information. And let's ask him.
I got you figured out. Someone's been giving you a hard time, and you think if you hang out with the scary delinquents, nobody'll pick on you anymore. I'm right, aren't I? Well, your plan ain't gonna work. It'll just turn you into an outcast. You'll be worse off than you could possibly imagine. If you really think you've got what it takes to join us, I want to see some proof. I've smelled booze on the headmaster. Sneak into his office, find his secret stash, bring it back here. Seriously? Don't even think of blaming me if something goes wrong.
So he wants us to get alcohol from the headmaster. And that's really easy to do. If you wait until lunchtime, he's gone, and you can just go into his office and grab it. But I'm going to use the new method that was added to the game, where you can take a stink bomb and force him to leave his room. I'll show you how to do it and where the alcohol is hidden. Okay, so you can just add the stink bomb to the ventilator system and headmaster's office. Now he should be gone. Yeah, he is. So we can just and he will be gone until I think after lunch. And he won't be back. And yep, there it is. Right here. It's a very small bottle on the floor. And now we can take it back.
Did you actually... Not bad, I suppose. Must have been real easy to find. Let me guess. It was right out in the open, wasn't it? Well, whatever. I'll take it. But you're not one of us yet.
Alright, on to the next guy. This is the next delinquent who has a task. Here's his information. And let's ask him.
You're one of those types, aren't you? You see a bad boy and you think you're gonna be the one to fix him. Am I right? You think you're gonna turn me into a fine, upstanding citizen, don't you? Well, look. I ain't broken and you ain't my type. So whatever fantasy you got in your head, it's not gonna happen. Screw off. Why are you still here? Damn, you're stubborn as hell. I'll say it again. I don't want you around me. The only thing I want right now is a smoke. What? I wasn't... Whatever. Do what you like. I don't care.
Okay, so he wants a cigarette. The easiest way to get a cigarette is to get one from InfoChan, but you could also steal one from the teacher's office. And I'm going to steal it from the teacher's office. Of course, you could just stink bomb the teacher's office to get them to leave for 60 seconds. But I'm going to do it my way because I've used my stink bomb and I don't have another one.
But I don't... Well, at least I know you're not here to try and fix me. Ah, screw it. As long as you keep bringing me free crap, maybe I'll let you stick around.
Alright, on to the last boy. This is the final guy in the delinquents with the task. Here's his information. And let's talk to him.
You gotta be real desperate for friends if you're talking to me of all people. What's the matter? Are you such an outcast that you're scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point? Listen up. We're from two completely different worlds. You live in the light, and I live in the dark. I ain't saying that just to sound edgy. That's just the way it is. You're the type who studies for tests. I'm the type who just steals the answer sheet. Got it? That's the difference between the two of us. We're not exactly compatible. You got something planned? Gonna try and prove me wrong? Yeah, I'm not holding my breath.
So he wants us to steal the answer sheets from the teacher's office. It's super easy to do that. Like I said before, you could probably stink bomb the teacher's office so that the teachers are gone for 60 seconds. Or you could wait. You could like find a way to lure them out for long enough for you to steal it. Because like you could use the radio in the AV room to lure at least one of them out. It's easier if you have just the gym teacher in there, since you only have to worry about one teacher. But do it any way you find to be the easiest.
Wow, you just... I hate to admit it, but maybe I was wrong about you. I thought your hands were clean, but maybe we're cut from the same cloth after all. We're not friends yet, though.
That should be the last task from the delinquents. The only reason these tasks were in the game so that, like, the delinquents won't push you around or try to fight you anymore if you've been having problems with just running into them and getting pushed. Of course, you could always buy hair dye and dye your hair blonde so that you could join the delinquents after doing this. Let's move on then. The last person who has a unique task in this mode is Musume Ronshaku. This is how she looks like. Here's her information, and let's talk to her.
Oh my god. Have you seen Horuda Parisu? She's so creepy. Even worse than those occult club freaks. Whenever she's not in class, she runs off and hides somewhere. What the hell is she up to? I bet she's got a dirty little secret. If you can find her hiding spot and snap a photo of what she's up to, I'd so totally be your best friend forever. Hurry up so I can spill the tea, girl!
Yeah, she just wants to know where one of the other students is hiding. It's not really super hard to find out where she is if you know which student you're looking for. She's just up on the rooftop, and she is sitting over here. You take a picture of where she's sitting and you take it back to her.
Seriously? She just reads books? That's it? No way. That can't be the end of it. There's gotta be something else going on here. Thanks for the help, though. Now I know where to find her.
This task has been changed because her task was so similar to one of the delinquent ones. She used to ask you for a cigarette, but she doesn't do that anymore. And that's okay, because she doesn't really give you much anyway. She just kind of befriends you. Well, you befriend her, and nothing else happens. But let's move on to the next one. All the other students in this game don't have a unique task, but they all have the same placeholder task. And this is what it looks like.
I have to write a report about one of Japan's first emperors, but there's almost no information about him online. How am I supposed to write a report about this guy if there's only one paragraph about him on Wikipedia? This is seriously stressing me out. What am I supposed to do if the internet fails me? Really? You have an idea? If it works out, please let me know.
I have to write a report about one of Japan's first emperors, but there's almost no information about him online. How am I supposed to write a report about this guy if there's only one paragraph about him on Wikipedia? This is seriously stressing me out. What am I supposed to do if the internet fails me? Really? You have an idea? If it works out, please let me know.
The way you solve this is that you come in here and you check out a book and then you bring it back to that person.
Oh my god. I'm so accustomed to using the internet, I completely forgot that I could just read a book. This is so embarrassing. Please don't tell anyone about this. It's our little secret, okay?
Oh my god. I'm so accustomed to using the internet, I completely forgot that I could just read a book. This is so embarrassing. Please don't tell anyone about this. It's our little secret, okay?
I believe this task works on everyone else who doesn't have a unique task, except for the art club leader, because canonically he can only speak in 1 or 2 word paragraphs, and since that quest is so long, he can't speak it. Time to move on to the next person who has a task, and it's not in this mode. That's right, the next unique task is in 1980s mode, where there's not a lot of unique tasks, but there's one, and it's pretty fun. So let's go and do that. The person with the unique task, I believe, is this delinquent right here. Here's his information, and let's ask him about his task.
What are you talking to me for? Trust me, I'm not the kind of guy you want to get involved with. If you spend too much time around me, you're gonna get hurt. I'm not just saying that, you know. I'm serious. I pissed off some pretty nasty guys. And every day, they wait outside the school gate for me to show up so they can beat me senseless. If they see me and you together, they'll think you're my girl. And if they get the impression that you're important to me, they'll probably try to rough you up. Or worse. So just stay away from me. Got it? What? Are you insane? You think you could take them on? We're talking about a gang here. You wouldn't stand a chance. Your funeral. I'll be waiting at the school gate at 3:30.
And the way you accomplish this task is that you have to go about your day until 3:30 and meet him by the school gate to beat up the gang that shows up. So let's do that. And now that he's here, we can talk to him and open up the task.
Yep, there they are. Right on schedule. You better leave before... Hey, you're not actually going to try to fight them, are you? They'll kick your ass. No turning back now. Here they come. I've never seen anything like that before. You're not human. After today, I definitely won't have to worry about those guys anymore. If you hadn't stepped in, though, they probably would have killed me. I owe you my life. There's no way I could ever pay you back for what you just did. But there's someone else who might be able to. My brother. He's got connections. You know that street with all the stores? At night, you can find my brother there, in an alleyway. I'll tell him to hook you up with whatever you want. After that, we'll be square, alright? And hey, thanks again.
And now that his task is complete, we can go into town and talk to his brother about getting our reward. His brother is located in between the gift shop and the ramen place.
I'm not going to give you my name, and you're not going to give me yours. The less we know about each other, the better. As soon as we're done here, you're going to forget my face and forget that this conversation ever happened. Got it?
Understood.
My brother owes you a debt that he could never repay. I'm grateful that you pulled his ass out of the fire, but that doesn't make us friends. The less debts a man owes, the better. And I don't want my brother to owe anything to anyone. So I'm here to make things square between you and him. This is strictly business, so let's get to the chase. I brought some things with me that you might be interested in. Hurry up and pick the one that you want.
Yeah, you can pick any one of these. I think you're able to buy these things later if you want to talk to him again. Normally, I buy the fake ID because you can get continuous use out of this by being able to buy the hentai or condoms and cigarettes from the convenience store. But if you can get whatever you want, it's completely on you.
You got what you wanted. With this, my brother's debt is cleared. Do we have an understanding?
We do.
Good. And if you're smart, this will be the last time you even talk to someone like me. Just one thing about my brother. I want you to... Never mind. Forget I said anything.
And now that that's done, we have the option to talk to the Yakuza guy again and open him up for more elimination methods for our rivals. But that's not gonna be covered in this video. Time to move on. Everyone else in 1980s mode has the same placeholder task, and this is what it is.
I'm having trouble with one of my assignments. It's for my least favorite school subject. I hate this stupid assignment so much, at this point, I just want someone else to do it for me. If you're willing to complete this assignment for me, please do it where nobody will see you. The table in the library would be the perfect spot. Really? You'll help me? Oh, thank you!
I'm having trouble with one of my assignments. It's for my least favorite school subject. I hate this stupid assignment so much. At this point, I just want someone else to do it for me. If you're willing to complete the assignment for me, please do it where nobody will see you. The table in the library should be perfect. Really? You'll help me? Oh, thank you.
All you have to do to accomplish this task is go into the library, go up to this little book and hit E. It'll do the assignment for you, and then you take it back to them.
Oh my god, you did it! Now this stupid assignment is finally behind me, once and for all. Thank you.
Oh my god, you did it! Now this stupid assignment is finally behind me, once and for all. Thank you.
As far as I know, everyone else in 1980s mode has this task, and it should work perfectly fine to get you to befriend them all and have them be your friend for when the trial shows up. So let's move on to the next subject.